Hey, how you doing? I'm Dan from DobermanDan.com, and a great big thanks to the Colombiana, my wife Sandra, on the camera. What a great job! And set up the backyard here and fired up the torches and the little fire pit here. So a big shout out to Sandra. Anyway, a little poolside, fireside chat with you here. Wish we could do this in person, grab a cup of coffee, and you know what, I'm kind of sick of talking about me. I'd much rather hear about you. But for now, this is how we have to do it. Anywho, thought you might like to hear about some of my big blunders. Well, there's so many. Where do I start? Little story slash lesson. Back in the mid-90s, I had an ad that was just working like gangbusters in the bodybuilding magazines, regularly bringing in 4 to 5 times ad cost, incredibly profitable on the front end. It was an advertorial ad. It looked like editorial content, and back then, no other advertisers were really doing that in the bodybuilding magazines, at least at that time. And so it was just completely kicking booty. And I felt like I could do no wrong. So I started rolling it out in a whole bunch of different magazines, and it was in all the bodybuilding magazines. And then I started looking for other media, and Penthouse magazine had a huge circulation. And I noticed that they started accepting some supplement advertisers, even some muscle building type supplements. So I talked to the ad rep, and he, convinced me to be a great place to run my ad. A lot of the readers were interested in that kind of stuff. So, I knew there'd be some waste because it wasn't specifically a bodybuilding magazine, but I figured, hey, I can do no wrong. My ad's just kicking butt. So a one-page, full-page, black and white ad in Penthouse magazine back then went for a mere $40,000. But with my excellent negotiation skills, I got them down to $15,000, which back then was a fortune to me. I also negotiated 30-day terms. And so, which means they were going to run my ad without me paying anything up front. I just would pay them 30 days later. And I figured based on the results I was getting from the other magazines, the bodybuilding magazines, if I got, even just half those results, I'd, be making more money than I could possibly spend. So paying that 15 grand would be no problem. Well, at the end of the 30 days, I think my ad brought in a grand total gross sales of $3,000, and then came the bill for that $15,000 ad, and I didn't have it. Those negotiation skills came in very handy again with the Penthouse magazine people negotiating monthly payments for, like, I don't know, the next 9 months to pay off the balance I owed them. That's just one of my many boo-boos. I could talk all night about them. Big lesson in that for you, though. Every time you insert in a new media, or you run your ad in a new media, that is a test. Consider it a test. Just because it is working well in other media doesn't mean it's going to work. It was working great. My ad was working great in the bodybuilding magazines. Did not work great in Penthouse. So every new insertion, every new media is a new test. Keep that in mind, and don't go real far out on a limb like I did. So I hope that's helpful. It's been fun sharing with you tonight. I'll talk with you real soon. I'm Dan from DobermanDan.com. Take care. Bye-bye.